This is an INBrief for Think Forward, Pay Forward. I'm delighted to be joined by Mahmood Pradhan, Global Head of Macro at Amundi Investment Institute. Mahmood, you traveled the world to join us at this event. What are some of the key contributions you're looking to make? You're talking about the end game for central banks.
Yes, I think the discussions I'll have is about how do central banks unwind their large balance sheets they've acquired over the last 15 years. And I think it's manageable. They can do it, providing they take time. They do it in an orderly way. Don't do it in a formulaic way, meaning they pay attention to financial market conditions. And the biggest challenge will be how much debt the markets are asked to absorb by governments, fiscal policy. Central banks will be putting more debt into the markets while governments are doing the same. So that's really the biggest challenge of unwinding the large central bank balance sheets. I hope to have these more discussions on this issue.
It's such a sizable challenge. Is there an extent to which this might be delayed or it's going to be a bumpy journey?
Yeah. I think central banks should allow themselves time to unwind. It can be done, providing they don't set some artificial end targets. They have to get so much done by such and such a date. That's not necessary. They have other instruments. They can tighten policy or loosen policy as needed through interest rates. And I have to say, I think they are showing that they are doing, most of what we see in monetary policy is being done through interest rates.
Alongside this paradigm shift, there must be opportunity for institutional investors, Mahmood. What should they be thinking about?
I think they should be thinking about higher yields on bonds, the implications these higher yields have for a variety of investment strategies. Many investment strategies looked very attractive in the era that we've just lived through, the era of very low interest rates. Investors should be being selective, questioning some strategies that will not be as attractive. And, returns will be safe asset returns, bond yield returns will be more attractive. Particularly when you think about people who rely on interest income, as I'm very familiar with Europe, where a lot of pensioners rely on interest income. I think they will have a better time and a less need to take excessive risks in equity markets.
Think Forward, Pay Forward, Mahmood, brings together institutional investors to look at those meta trends that society will face and be disrupted by. What fascinates you about our collective future?
I think the biggest one really is how we meet our challenges for the net zero transition, the climate challenge. And within that, how we're going to finance this transition. As you may be familiar, there are many estimates out there. Estimates of what's needed are very, very large in terms of financing. Where is it going to come from? I think one aspect of what you refer to meta trends is, will we face the challenge by making old energy, fossil fuels more expensive through higher taxation, carbon taxation, and make green investments, incentivize green investments, make them more attractive for private investors? In my view, that's the only way we're going to finance the climate challenge, rather than relying on governments.
Mahmood Pradhan, you've flown the world to join the conversation at Think Forward, Pay Forward. Thank you so much, and we look forward to hosting you next time.
Thank you.